Hello YouTube, this is Silverageddave. I am doing just a quick weird haul update. I had put up a video the other day of the Marvel value stamp. Great responses and comments. Thank you everyone who watched that and commented. But one of the funniest comments, and it literally I'm still laughing about it, was from Rag718. And if you haven't subscribed to that channel, do yourself a favor and jump on it. He's very funny. He's in a lot of the chat rooms, so he's got funny stuff, good energy. But he said something like, "Oh, you're busier than a couple jackrabbits," or something to that extent. I just laughed so hard, or I'm more active than, and sometimes videos appear like, oh, there's a lot going on, and I generally don't buy comics the way probably a lot of people buy comics. Like a lot of guys out there I've talked to and I've talked with, over the course of a lifetime, you're going to ebb and flow sometimes. And one of the things, years ago, I decided that I want to collect a little differently. So we can call this a little tip of the day or not, whatever we want to call it. But I decided that I want to go a little different. In business and in life, I tend to swim down a different stream. So I'm not always go with the flow. So what I did is I reached out and I found some people that really don't care about comic books, but are in position to scoop up comic books. I have a business. I have 6 kids. I have other hobbies. I scuba dive and I run, and I'm too busy to go to estate sales and garage sales. So what I did is I put feelers out and I found some people that don't really care about the stuff when they buy it. They're basically going to take that to an LCS and they're going to get clobbered, but they don't care. They're making some money. And so over the years I've built up a good rapport with quite a few people that do this, some professionally, just some to make extra money. And so I don't know when my hauls are coming in. Sometimes they come in because it's I hit the LCS on comic book day, or I score something on eBay, but sometimes stuff just shows up. So 3 minutes in, basically what I'm doing is I'm going to go over one of these little deals. The other night I was in here, I was working, and a friend, his name's Robert, he does estate sales. He's got a good job, but he's got a bunch of kids too. And so he'll hit garage sales on his time off, and he'll hit estate sales, and he'll buy stuff. And so I established a good rapport with him. I don't really know him outside of this, but I established a good rapport. I let him know, hey, I'll buy what you have. Bring it to me first. And so he showed up the other day, and it actually, I got shaken. He had 12 long boxes that he bought, and I didn't buy all 12. Historically, if he brings me stuff, I want to buy it. I want to take care of these guys. I've got other people. Bring me whatever you got. I don't care if it's trashed. I'll buy it. And that's where sometimes the gems come from. And I don't pay a lot for comics. I won't really share what I paid. He basically brought me these two. Well, he brought 12 boxes. My deal is I don't like cherry picking, and my people know I'm just going to buy everything. But in this case, I kind of showed him the room. I said, Robert, I don't even know where I'd put the stuff right now. And so he said, Dave, go ahead and go through it. If there's stuff you like, just buy the stuff you like, and I'm good with that. So what an awesome thing he offered. So I'm going to go through these with you, and we'll see what you think. I basically, there was so much other good stuff. I got a couple of Astonishing Tales number 2, Kazar. They're not all Silver Age. I wish they were. It was a newer collection. This Bamba, I did not have anything Bamba, the Jungle Boy, so that was kind of cool. Boy Commandos, Chamber of Chills, Chamber of Darkness. This I have a copy, but I just love it, so I picked that out of there. Dead of Night, Devil Dinosaur 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're all in reasonable condition. A couple of them are a little worse than others, but beautiful comics. and he does not pay very much at all for them. And this was an actually kind of a weird score he had. He was actually going out to this older guy's condo on an unrelated. He was buying a musical instrument from the guy. I guess he'd posted on Craigslist or something. And so he got out there, and he was buying this, I don't know if it was a trumpet or whatever from the guy, and he did buy that. And when he was there, he happened to see all these long boxes sitting in there. He said, "Oh, you have comic books?" He said, "Oh, those are my son's. Don't even get me started." And this is an older guy in a condo. And so Robert said, "Well, what's going on with them? Do you want to sell them?" He said, "Well, I'll tell you what happened is my son's had them here so long, and I called him a month ago, and he said, I'm too busy. That's your problem." He said, "So, Robert, if you want to buy them, I'm going to get rid of my problem." How about that, right? So Robert essentially paid him nothing for 12 long boxes, and I better hurry up. We're at 6 minutes. Some commandees in here. So he paid him next to nothing, knowing, hey, I'm going to call Silverageddave, okay? And so he ended up bringing them out to me. We brought all 12 boxes in, and I went through them. And on the second box, I said, Robert, there's a lot of, what's funny? I didn't even know. I was working on my room reorder, and I got a couple of those. So I know I've got a couple more too, but I didn't even think of it when I didn't know that was in there. Okay, so I start going through the first box, the second box, and there was some cool stuff in there. And I said, "Robert, I just don't know if I can buy these." And that's when he said, "Just pick what you want, Dave." And looking back, I wish if I didn't have the room remodel going on, I probably would have bought 3 or 4 boxes from him. And again, I don't pay all that much. These guys, they're picking the stuff up for nothing, and they like having a go-to guy that'll always take. And I've bought bigger collections from Robert over the years, but it's just cool stuff, And to think this was sitting in some guy's house, some guy loved this stuff, and took care of it that long, and then to stick his dad with it in a little condo and say, hey, it's your problem. I don't know what that kid's going to say when he someday goes and thinks he's got the comics still. But, the dad said, I've tried so many times to get this kid to come get his comics, and he won't come get them. So, what do you do? It is what it is. But this is, part of the collection here that I picked up. Tarzan in there, Tomb of Darkness. In one thing I will say, Robert is pretty good. I've never gotten a super key from him. He's a very, very intelligent, sharp guy, and so when he goes through the stuff, I know he's familiar with the big name books. Okay, so I've been through a lot of long boxes. I've never seen a key, and I know they're in there somewhere. He might have taken those off the top, or I know he does sell sometimes on eBay. So, and I don't blame him, because I'm not going to pay him, top dollar. Our deal is that I love collecting comics, and I love getting a great price on things. And these books. I don't know how many there are. I mean, I might be at a quarter a piece, maybe less. I don't know when all's said and done. I got to add them up, but I didn't give him all that much for them, and he threw in the 2 boxes, that he wasn't using. And some of them, I know I already have a copy, but I just can't believe when stuff like this happens. So that's some of the older stuff. Here we've got some Spider-Man. Some of these are in okay shape. Some are a little beat. I've got, like I said, 6 kids, and they like to read. I'm actually going to pull some of these out so that I can flip through these a little better. Let me see. Bear with me, guys. We'll set those over here. Sorry about that. And I've got 6 kids. So I never mind if I get some reader copies that I can pass along to them, and you know, that's okay. So they'll have stuff to read, and I've got some other friends I've taken care of on certain things. So these are cool. I've probably got 20 copies of each of these, but you know, check that out. So we got, you know, right in there, and I think this one had, one of these had 2 comics in it, I thought. Oh yeah, there. So there's 3 of those, and whoops, 3 of those and one of the darkers. Okay, so we got that. We got the Venom here. I've probably got 10 copies of that. There's an old Aquaman in there. Adventure Comics, Barbed Wire. I'm not really sure what that's all about. Saying a bad word. I'm glad that is kind of covered up, because Silverageddave doesn't like using those bad words. More Batman. Those will find their way into the Batman boxes. Okay. And let's just flip through. So we got Detective Comics. This one I've got a couple copies of. I thought was kind of cool. All right. So we got that. This was, I think this is, I didn't open this up. This looks like just an independent guy made a comic book. I can't wait to get into there and check it out. Okay, so I'll just flip through here. You know, once again, one of these days Robert's going to bring me some stuff, and there's going to be some price variance, or there's going to be some weird stuff that he doesn't know about. And hey, maybe you're going to see something today that's weird stuff that I don't know about. Metarog, Roger is one of the most knowledgeable guys in the community. Symphonic Elk, they're both great guys to look at. If you guys see something here I should know about or I've overlooked, please reach out to me. Let me know. I will put links to their channel. I'm actually going to be doing a video review of their stuff, so maybe I'll do that video review before I release this video. But all right, so I'm going to move a little faster. Man of Steel 1 to 5 was in there, and I've got multiples on them, but I figure, what the heck, there's 6. Okay, we got Doomsday, beginning of the end. All right, so he had this Ninja Turtle stuff, and I don't know the first thing about Ninja Turtle stuff, so I figured that, you know, whatever I paid for these, nothing. I figured it's worth the buy. My son likes Ninja Turtles, and I thought, well, I'll just throw the stuff at him and let him read them. So there's 2 number 5s. There's a number 6 bagged. There's a number 6 unbagged. We've got a number 8. Got a number, you know, who knows, number 9. Okay. Then he had these. These are bagged. I don't know if they're comic books or what, but they don't say. Maybe they're little trades or something, or graphic novel series. I don't really know. There's a thicker Turtles the movie. Whatever that is. Okay, there's another reader book. Another one says Image Turtles. So Tale of the Ninjas, Mirage Publishing. Donatello, a couple of those. Batman and the Turtles, which I didn't think this was all that old, but it was in there. So Robert might have mixed in some other stuff with his 12. Oh, he had these, the Marvel Milestones. There's a few issues in there. I think there might be more than one of each of those, and then he had another one of the X-Men there. Those are always cool to have. You know, certainly not going to help you retire, but they're cool. I've got a couple copies of this, which I thought was neat. Superman, Batman, World's Finest, King Size Annual number 5. There's number, it's number 5 too, but that one looks different. Okay, yeah, we got the direct and the newsstand, so that's kind of neat. All right, we got number 7, number 8. We got Uncanny X-Men 171. He had a ton of X-Men, And I've just got so much. I feel guilty. I just flipped through them and thought I just can't. You know, at some point, you say, how many do you have? 189. And again, I just grabbed what I grabbed. I didn't want to be accused of being greedy in any way. I've got so many of these. Whoever wins the contest, if that would help you, maybe I should give a few of those away. This one, I've had so many of these over the years. Those keep coming back. X Factor special on the back. Prisoner of Love. That's how my wife probably feels. She'd love to not be married to me some days, but then she's a prisoner because I'm so wonderful. All right, Logan and Star Trek and the X-Men. All right, What If, X-Men. Got a lot of those, right? And then some Walt Disney, a couple of 10 centers. Mickey Mouse. I got a big box of those, so those will add in. He had this Tick stuff, which I'm really relatively unfamiliar with Tick. I'm going to roll up a chair because Silverageddave is old enough. I'm going to sit if I can sit. So whatever this Tick stuff is, I don't even know, but he had a bunch of it, and it seemed pretty complete. So that's number 3 of 4, number 4 of 4. And I know I have other Tick stuff, but it was never the stuff I really gravitated towards. So let me know. Tick Big Year 2000 Spectacle. Number 1. 21st Century Update. Number 1. Big Father's Day Special. Number 1. Everything's a number 1. This Tick has it all figured out. Years before DC and Marvel started scamming us with all the number 1s. So Big Summer Fun Special. Big Halloween Special. Big Tax Time Terror Special, all number 1s. Isn't that funny? I didn't even notice it. Cruise Ship Vacation Special. Let's see, the Tick Incredible Internet Comic. Looney Bin. I'm assuming that's number 0, or that is an Ohio State Block O, which I would be a fan of. Let's see, Looney Bin number 1. Looney Bin number 2. And then that's my board on the back. So then he also had, stand these up. Okay. So then he also had this little section. He had Cowabunga Dude. He has these cards. Excuse the, shield your eyes. He has all these cards in here. Okay. And I thought these are neat. I don't know if these are things you frame for my boy and give him for his room, or if you just keep them in the little envelope and they last longer. And so he had those, and it said there was a sketch. Maybe I didn't put it back in there, or maybe I didn't get it out. Oh yeah, there's a sketch thing in there. So I don't know if that's signed or not. I highly doubt that's original signed, but you never know. So we've got that little Ninja Turtle stuff. Then he had this Star Trek Deep Space Nine. It was like a little promotional thing. All right. He had, excuse the Border House reach, he had this thing, which was neat. Secret Wars. When everything ends, there is only Secret Wars. So battle standee instructions. So you're supposed to punch these guys out of there. You can see they're like perforated. And I don't know what you're supposed to do with them, but I'm going to leave them in there. Then he had, someone recently showed this Man Bat issue. And so I thought, well, I'll throw that in there because I didn't have it. The Goon, 25 cent, just a reprinter. New Mutants, 100. Cloak and Dagger, the number 1. I was in the store buying these when they came out, so I can't pass that up. Daredevil 200. I just commented recently how I thought it was a kind of a cool cover. Shadow of the Bat collector set. So whatever is in there, who even knows? But I'll put that with my Batman stuff. So that's a number 1, June of '92. And then you get maybe a poster and some other stuff. Submariner, that's a reprint. 40 center. Battlestar Galactica number 1, 35 cents. Conan the Barbarian, Red Nails. It's kind of a cool little book. All right. New Teen Titans Annual #2, which we know that one's worth more than a quarter, right? So so we do like that. That's a good pickup. And I'm going to have a box eventually. I talk about the room upgrade. I'm going to have these spurring out as all these handouts and free giveaway stuff, because I've got a ton of them. I've got a European variant on Luke Cage #40. Sorry it's taking so long. Black Goliath, same way the 10 pence, right? Amethyst 2 of 12. I bought a bunch of these. I've got a buddy in Chicago who likes collecting these 80s multi-series. So I just, as I went through any of the ones he had, I just bought them. And over time, it's funny how, oh, you don't have that one? Well, sure enough, here it just showed up for nothing. Moment of Silence for 9/11. I am from Chicago, didn't own this, so I thought that was kind of cool. Sports Superstars. I got a NASCAR. I know, I think my buddy Gio, YouTuber, said he's a NASCAR guy. Maybe not, but, you know, a little Richard Petty action there. Adventure of Big Boy, you know, not worth anything, but they're cool when they're in a collection. So this could be from last Tuesday. Maybe Roger ate there, or Robert ate there. I don't know, but got that. This one I was thinking about Michael Dodd and you know, a few of you guys that get into this this kind of stuff. So I don't have any. That is my first one of whatever this even is, and it looked like it was in really great condition. So I added that to the stack, and then of course another reprint of 87, and so I thought that was cool. So that's my haul. I'm less than 50 bucks for the whole thing. I know I said I wasn't going to save, but I don't want anyone to think, oh, that Dave's loaded and I'm going to go rob him, because I got no money. My kids get all my money, $5 at a time. But when something like this comes along, yes, I am going to be more active than a pair of Jackrabbits Rag 718. Guys, that is it. That's all I wanted to do was go through that little mini haul. And, you know, let me know what you think. Did I do okay? I think I probably did. And with that, Silverage Dave is out.